In Romans chapter 1, verse 16, the scripture says, actually the Apostle Paul says, I am not ashamed of the gospel, for it's the power of God unto salvation, to the Jew first, and then to the Gentile. So the word that we're looking at here is the word gospel. The word gospel means good news, and the good news is Jesus. And so the assertion we're making is this, that Jesus can meet every basic need of your life. Some of you might be saying, well, how long is he going to go on talking about this series in Romans 1:16? It may be a couple years, because not quite that long, but every time I think of another need that we need to hit that Jesus meets. And so hopefully it will be helpful to you and you'll pass it on. So some people think that if they really reach the pinnacle of success in their field, then that will bring great contentment and great satisfaction in their lives. Today, what we want to talk about is the subject of contentment. Right there. In 1923, a very important meeting was held at the Edgewater Beach Hotel in Chicago. Attending the meeting were 9 of the world's most successful financiers. Those present were: 1, the president of the largest independent steel company; 2, the president of the largest utility company; 3, the president of the largest gas company; 4, the greatest wheat speculator; 5, the president of the New York Stock Exchange; 6, a member of the President's Council; 7, the greatest bear on Wall Street; 8, the head of the world's greatest monopoly; and 9, the president of the Bank of International Settlements. And so as you look at that group of folks, I mean, you'd have to say, man, they have reached the pinnacle of success. 25 years later, let's see where these men were. Number 1, Charles Schwab lived on borrowed money for 5 years before dying bankrupt. Samuel Insull lived in obscurity as a recluse in a foreign country and died a fugitive from justice. 3, Howard Hobson became insane. 4, Arthur Cutten died abroad in Sullivan. 5, Richard Whitney wound up spending time in Sing Sing. 6, Albert Fall was pardoned from prison so he could die at home. 7, Jesse Livermore died of suicide. 8, Ivar Kruger died of suicide. 9, Leon Fraser died of suicide. All these men found the art of making money. They found the art of making money, but they did not find the art of how to live. And so there's a difference, I believe, between living and existing. Think about that for a moment. I believe in our country there have been 2 great lies that have been perpetuated over the years. Number 1, if you work hard enough, you can be anything you want to be. Number 2, you can be the best in the world. In other words, that is really mastering our own destiny. In other words, I'm God. So what is success? In Mark's Gospel, chapter number 12, Jesus says this, and you must love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and all your strength. The second is equally important. Love your neighbor as yourself. No other command is greater, he said, than these. So if those commands are the greatest commands that he ever gave, then it seems to me like we better check them out very closely. So how do I translate that? Here's what success is. Success is having an intimate relationship with Jesus Christ. And number 2, success is to know his truth as it's recorded in his manual of operation and being committed to doing it. So if you want to live and not just exist, do those 2 things. Have an intimate relationship with Jesus Christ, moment by moment in your life. And number 2, get into his book, see what it says, see what he says, and by his grace, attempt to do it. You think about that very seriously and begin to act on it.